Hey guys, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. Happy Wednesday, beef tip. Hit the like button as y'all come in. So we got a couple of videos going out today. Alvo's trying to man, this is crazy. Alvo's trying to get back with Shamar for sure. He's claiming that Shamar is trying to use him as a pawn to get back at Tommy the Gossip. And it's just a lot of crazy mess going on. Everybody's using everybody for pawns, and it's sickening. Now I'm a little bit late. I was supposed to start at 1, but I got a little bit carried away with stuff that I was doing prior to going live. But we got a lot of stuff to discuss. Also, there will be a 3 o'clock video going out. It'll be part 1 of a deleted live. With all this mess. No, it is not in regards to Shamar's money. It's in regards to the real reason I feel as though there's the ongoing beef with Messy Doll and Tommy the Gossip. You know what I'm saying? Ray Charles can see through it. Going forward, we will not even be talking about this missing money that might not be missing unless there's like a real serious new update that is even worth oxygen. Okay. And anything else, we're gonna leave it where it's at. But we're gonna get to the root cause of all this mess. Always, hey Savine, the common denominator to all of this is always using Shamar for the clout, somehow going around. Okay, let's not make it look like we're clout chasing off of Shamar. Let's make it look like we're trying to support the cause, support Shamar, be his advocate so that they can get lit and live. You feel what I'm saying? So let's go against some of Shamar's enemies that low key are probably their enemies as well. It's a real childish game, but the reason why I speak on it and try to bring awareness to it is because somebody's gonna get hurt. Because if you were showing pictures of my car, license plates, address, full location, pictures, and all of that, and then on top of that, you're bringing up my child, and just other things that really don't have anything to do with you not liking me or you standing up for Shamar, it would be a problem. Hey, cutie pie. Savine and Cutie Pie, the first ones into the chat. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. That's why I think in all 50 something states it is against the law to dox people because of the severity of it. It might get into the wrong hands of somebody else, not even the people that the person is trying to give this information out to. And then they could go to the address that was given out and unalive that person and whoever's in the house. So we really have to think of these things when we get emotionally attached to foolishness. And we have to think about all parties involved, including kids. You know what I'm saying? There's allegations I've heard from the past about Tommy the Gossip's baby's mother, on drugs. That has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. But this is how low people will go when they are trying to be relevant. They probably didn't believe, for an example, Tommy the Gossip or Alvo would be relevant this long and be this successful and have this long of run, doing commentary on Shamar, but they did. And I really think that, there's, in my opinion, some low-key jealousy. So what better thing to do than to act like they're being an advocate to Shamar in order to get back at Tommy the Gossip. Greetings and blessings. Hey Emma, did y'all get your notification? Please put a 1 in the chat if you did. Messi been putting people info out for years. He needs to be locked up. It's against the law. Like I said, I have nothing against Messi doll. I don't know anything about Messi doll. Hey, Toby Warner. And I'm not trying to character assassinate him. However, there's things that you do and there's things that you don't do. And I've been just listening the last couple of days. Like I said, my audience, it seems really doesn't like Messi doll content that I've been putting up. But I really want to just follow what has been going on and just put my own thoughts on this chapter before, right, it's a chapter that it's over with for this community, and I just been listening, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been following the mess with this situation, because I want to see, because there's a lot of the circus is always talking about suing each other, and I haven't seen one person get sued yet. So I want to see if people are going to start acting like really grown adults and stop talking about grown people stuff and stop pulling each other into court for defamation of character or, doxing or anything like that. If they're not, they need to be quiet. Messi doll shouldn't have posted Tommy's apartment or car. They also need to start bringing in children and mothers out there. Yep, that's what I was just saying. Exactly. I saw when I was editing today that he was showing the address, location, and the location of Tommy the Gossip's car. And I made sure I blurred that stuff out. I don't play that stuff. Like I said, I ain't got no smoke with Tommy the Gossip, and I have no smoke with anybody in the community. These are my coworkers. They're just people that do the same thing as me as far as content. They're content creators. I have nothing against them. And if I did, I'm from the old school. I don't have to get on here and tell you I don't like Tommy the Gossip, or I don't like Messi doll, or I don't like Kylie. I can just move around and not deal with these people. They're not my friends in real life. They're not people that I have to do commentary on. And if I didn't like them and I did commentary on them, I would keep it commentary. I wouldn't keep it personal, where my personal emotions and feelings would be involved, where it just made my channel look like a hate page. You know what I'm saying? I'm a commentator, I'm doing a job, and that's all. I'm not going to go overboard with the nonsense. You're not going to see me posting up Messi doll's address or anything like that. I'm just not going to do that. That's not how I get down. You didn't get your notification, Emma Williams? Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Matter of fact, let me get over there because I'm so busy running my mouth. I need to be watching my own likes as well. I can't wait till YouTube does away with the like button, because it really doesn't hold any weight. Because if a person is going to listen to what you're saying, they're going to stay and listen regardless if they hit the button. So it really doesn't matter. So let me make sure that this volume is up so you can hear me. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. So, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I don't know if you guys noticed it, but even Alvo, man, he's all messed up in the game. And now he's putting the titles of the video now, Shamar. He's going to ride the wave off of, I guess, him allegedly saying Shamar called him first a few days ago. Then he decided to call him back. And now he's talking about how Shamar is using him, trying to use him to get back at Tommy for what he did with Avery. It's just this tit for tat. And, some people kill me with this acting as though, Oh, you commentators need to give these kids a break. These are not kids. These are grown young men. You said I resubscribe to get the notification. Oh, so you, all right, that's good. That should work. And if it doesn't, Emma, don't even waste your time to do that. Stay subscribed with the notification bell on optional. And just when you're on YouTube, just come over to my channel on your own to see what is going out. Usually I, in advance, let you know if I'm going live a couple hours before, or if a premiere is coming out. You guys know at least an hour or two or more in advance if I'm going to do a premiere video. So there's really no reason to wait for a notification. I just seen a video live with Tommy, K, and Avery. Avery. Oh yeah, talking about that, Coco. Thank you for reminding me. Avery is doing a live today on TikTok at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. I have to remember that because I totally forgot that quickly. And if you didn't even say Avery's name in this comment, I would have definitely forgot to go over there. I just seen the video live with Tommy, K, and Avery. Avery, as I said, is a personal care aide. I was paying him to help Shamar. Avery was bathing Shamar and brushing his teeth. What? You said I just seen a video live with Tommy, K, and Avery. Avery, as I said, is a personal care aide. 7 was paying him to help Shamar. Avery was bathing Shamar and brushing his teeth. What? What? Coco Dylan, you're a beautiful woman. I seen you on Messy Doll's TikTok, and you had the camera, you had your default screen down. I could see your face. You're a beautiful woman. Just want to let you know. I'm strictly, you know, with the rest of it, how that goes. Because usually when another woman tells another woman they're beautiful, people say, "Oh, well, you must be gay." No, I'm just not a hater, and I can admire a woman's beauty. Hello, everyone. Hello, Felicia. They're too old to be carrying on like the way that they're doing. It's time for them to start acting as adults instead of children. You know, if there's any truth that Avery was there to be a caregiver to Shamar, clean up his house, clean him up, and if that could not have been, they talk about everything else. So I don't want to hear no one say, well, that was Shamar's business to keep that to himself. But he talks about everything else. Why couldn't, just to end all of this confusion and why Avery was in the picture in the first place, why couldn't that be spoke about? 34 likes. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Let me see what them likes are at. I'm going to make sure I keep track of it. Yesterday, I was saying hit the like button, but I wasn't keeping track of the like. But yeah, make sure you hit the like button. I cannot believe. Hello, Coco Dylan. I saw that also. He seems to be a genuine young man. He likes his job. That was nice of Auntie 7. Does anyone have that video? You can locate. Tell me where I can locate it, because I've spent my morning today editing videos. You know, if videos, because I like to prep for the night before, stuff that I record overnight, you know, before the next day, and I try to focus on that and then go on to new topics. You know what I'm saying? Because this can get really crazy. Shamar said Alvo called him and he didn't answer, so both of them are lying on each other. Exactly, Toby Warner. Huh. Yes, I do. I love your platform. Thank you, Emma. Toby Alvo said the same thing. Tommy told Avery last night that he needs to go live often. Yeah, he's supposed to be going live today at 5:30. So I'm going to go check out what he got to say. And who knows, if I'm not too tired, because I'm going to make me a seafood boil. I did have a little breakfast. It was just really eggs and a little small piece of salmon. But, you know, I probably won't even eat that much of the seafood boil. But if I don't get the itis, I'm definitely gonna put up. There's a video, Alvo video I want to put up. I want to document that information, whether it's a lie or not. And then I want to document Avery, and something's telling me, even if you're tired, you know what I'm saying, just go to a nice resting place in your house and edit the video. Don't be sitting at your desk. Just get comfortable and just put up some of what Avery is talking about on this TikTok live tonight. Don't even wait for tomorrow. Try to get it up tonight sometime. And somebody wants to call me when I go live. Oh my goodness. Let me turn my ringer off because that really pisses me off. Nobody never calls me until I'm live. So Avery never said no. Yes, that was last night, and that's what he said. It says they lying. Hey everyone, I couldn't comment at first, had to go out and come back in. Yeah, it's probably some sort of glitch. It's either with StreamYard or Bonita or YouTube. There's always something going on with these apps. Avery never said Auntie Seven was paying him. That's why I asked Marquita. That's why I asked, is there a video? Because I'm not trying to say my people are lying when they bring back information, but I have to make sure I do my own due diligence. That's why I always say, and I don't know if y'all heard me say yesterday, if you guys have videos to all this stuff that you be bringing up in the chat, please, if you're recording it, make sure you drop it in my DMs. Drop it in my DMs so I can fact check it. You know what I'm saying? It was a horrible run for me yesterday. Everyone's like mad, which I don't care because I'm grown. Why are we bringing up about money that wasn't stolen? And a lot of people don't like Messy Doll. Messy Doll is part of the circus, whether you want to see it or not. He pops in, he pops out. Now he's full-time in the circus with the rest of them. So, he's gonna be reported on this channel. You know what I'm saying? As soon as something pops off that Messy Doll has involved himself in, like say, I'm just giving an example. If him and Tommythegossip got into a squabble, everybody would want me to be updating them on that. So let's update on everything, not just bits and pieces. Let's update so that we're all caught up to the mess that's going on. And people kill me when they're getting their information like I'm getting the information offline. Some of you people are not even in the same state as these people. At least Tommythegossip, Messy Doll, Shamar, and Alvo, whether they're lying or not, at least they were friends at once upon a time. They've been around each other in the flesh. Some of not even some of you people. None of you people have been with these people in the flesh. And you guys are saying in the chat now, folks are lying. Shamar's lying that Alvo called Shamar, and Alvo's lying that Shamar called him. So why is it we're talking about Messy Doll the last couple of days? People want to jump down my back about, oh, you need to play catch up. You don't know what you're talking about. And this and that and other, because you've been watching this mess for Lord knows for how long. You feel as though you know these people personally. And you know that they're all liars from time to time. When it suits them to lie to, make the narrative interesting or to keep the narrative going, they'll do it with no problem. And even if you bust them in the lie, they don't care. Those kind of folks. So I don't understand how, 1 minute you want to sit up here and it's just a lot of flip-flopping going on. That's why I don't get into none of this. I stay neutral because I know that there's times that I'll update us, the community about maybe Tommythegossip. Usually it's something funny that he did. It's not like how I've been updating you guys, him beefing with Messy Doll, somebody like that. But usually it'll be something like with him and Shamar. We all get a giggle and a wiggle out of it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing bad, nothing really bad, or nothing out of the ordinary. But it just seems like people like to plant seeds, like people are trying to say that what I'm explaining to you that I'm hearing from Messy Doll, I'm running with that narrative that is true, that Tommy actually, in fact, did X, Y, and Z. And people are only doing that because they really just want to see a train wreck. But you're not going to see a train wreck over here, because I also want to keep this platform in case, for an example, somebody's child goes missing in the community. I want to be able to have them be able to use my platform to get out a message that is meaningful. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully save somebody's life. And I want to be responsible enough to be able to keep my channel clean. You know what I'm saying? And have some integrity up here so that I'm able to do that if I ever needed the platform for something like that. So, that's how I look at things. I look at the bigger picture. I don't look at the small gains. I don't care about all that. Everything else will come when time. Claudette said, "Hi, Miss David." Hi, sweetie. Hey, Frederica. Queen, I didn't hear Avery say that either. That's why I be liking to know where videos and stuff are at, because I don't, some people do it, but I can't just be listening to what comments are saying and then, I go report the information later on to 5,000 people and information is not correct. I think that people, you can listen to, your supporters tell you what they perceived of a conversation in their own words, but at the end of the day, you need to go and do your own due diligence. I didn't hear Avery say that. So a lot of people said they didn't hear it either. Tommy the Gossip's on his live video. Please don't come in here, Quita, advertising people that are doing whatever they're doing on their channel, because I'm live and I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Okay, so please don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And to be quite honest with you, I just went over to Tommy the Gossip's channel and I don't see him live. So I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about another platform, but I don't care where Tommy the Gossip's live at right now, even though I am one of his subscribers as well, because I am handling my business right now. So, that's when, let's not get the game messed up here. Please don't. Thank you. It's a lot of flip-flopping. Thank you, SL. You are beautiful as well. Yes, that live video Tommy just did with Kay and Avery. Avery was bathing Shamar and brushing his teeth, and Tommy seemed kind of upset. Oh, so Coco Dylan, can you come up here for a minute? You don't have to cam up if you don't want to. I'm going to put the link because I would love to hear from you. I'm going to put you don't have to, but I would love to hear from you because I'm just not see you guys are not getting what my point is. There's nothing bad in finding out Avery was a caregiver or whatever, home health aide to Shamar or whatever the situation might be, right? But we feel to want to talk about that information. And I think that is positive information. Because we clearly know that Shamar, he is 28 years old, but Shamar has a lot of issues. Sometimes we have to give him grace. And so, in a way, people who have been kind of mad at Kay and Tommy or whatever, playing the devil's advocate, I can understand why they feel that way, because it's like you guys know him. You guys been around Shamar in the flesh. You guys said out of your own mouth there's issues going on with Shamar. And obviously, if there's any truth to this situation with Avery being the caregiver, washing him up, brushing his teeth, and all this, sometimes you got to give some people grace. Give them a break. Because the lights on and nobody's home, and a lot of it is he can control, and a lot of it he can't. He does not think like the average person because he has a lot of mental health issues The video is Tommy's live last night with Kay and Avery. And on the live, Alvo dumb broke. Oh yeah, big time. It's not 𝗪𝗔𝗧. I probably said it wrong. It's on Tommy's live with Avery and Kay from last night. All right, I'm gonna go check it out. I just hope there's no cussing on there. But what I can do is I can just go over there and just put the mute on because I just want to see the video part where they're showing him brushing his teeth and all that other stuff. Just so that I know. You know, but sometimes I get really upset too, and I gotta keep it real. You know, it's good that came out, you know, because I feel like kind of sort of it cleared up a lot of stuff about Shamar. Maybe people will, you know, cut him a break a little bit and understand that, you know, he's got stuff going on with him. You know what I'm saying? But I sometimes I don't feel like some of these people that get this information on, you know, that, you know, Shamar, you know, has somebody that's taking care of him, brushing his teeth, bathing him, this and that. I don't feel that they're worthy to knowing that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, you say you don't like Shamar, and it doesn't seem like the well-being of Shamar is not your concern at all. So it's like, I don't know. Let me just be quiet. I don't get it. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna put this on, but if it's a lot of cussing, I'm gonna have to put this.
Okay. Can y'all hear Kay?
Can y'all hear me?
I know y'all can see it, but I want to do something.
Say something.
Come on, what's wrong?
Something.
Hello. Okay, I can't hear you, but I can hear you on my other phone. I can't hear you from the live. Okay, so what's up, y'all? We in this motherfucking house.
Oh boy.
Listen, y'all, we on the StreamYard. You turn it down. Yeah, we on the motherfucking StreamYard.
All right, I'm not gonna be playing.
I gotta hear what you're saying, Kay. That's what I'm saying. I gotta hear what you're saying.
I'm gonna put it on mute for a minute because I cannot. I don't care what other channel holders do. Laugh now, cry later. That's all I'm gonna hint around and say to you. Very irresponsible. I think anyone who just blatantly gets up here all the time cussing and carrying on, and they think that it's not going to catch up with them is crazy. I just can't let nobody rock me to sleep like that. So I'm sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get to the part of Avery. Because I can't honestly. Do they show the video of him getting his teeth brushed? Is this 7?
Wait a fucking minute. You watched them, so you got how many times you watched
them? So when you watched them, it
how many times I was there?
In the bathroom? When you was watching him, it didn't smell?
What?
Avery cleaned up, remember?
Right.
No, fuck no. This is y'all playing right now. This is a prank.
No, X wasn't there cleaning up for real.
This is a prank. So you didn't smell nothing when you was bathing him?
How can I smell anything when I had soap? Soap in a rag, soap ready
that
for
don't
him
mean
and all
nothing.
that.
When people when people take their clothes off.
I told you the clothes that he took off is the clothes that I recorded. I don't know if he think I didn't smell his clothes. I'm not a smeller.
I believe him though. I really kind of believe him.
I'm not gonna smell your clothes. What type of shit is that? I'm not going down there being on my knees and smelling no clothes.
So when you was
I'm not smelling him.
So when you was watching him, did something stand up?
What's stand up? We was just talking about Tommy.
you said you watched him, so I'm trying to see did it stand up.
It was cricket.
For real?
Curve.
So he has a hook.
If that's what you want to call it.
Yes, a hook.
It go with the body.
So, I don't say much, but you know that I don't bite my tongue either. I tell the truth and shame the devil. So I'm going to say this, and I don't care who gets mad at this. However, I was saying it at first, and I stopped myself because I try to pick and choose my battles. But this is what I mean by it's a sad shame that we get some. I think this is good information, hearing that Avery actually was there to take care of Shamar, even though the public didn't know until now. Didn't matter when they found out. It really isn't anybody's business that he was taking care of Shamar, bathing him and whatever else. But it came out. Okay. And I think that even though it came out and it's Shamar's business, it's not bad, really bad, information. And for him to be accepting of it, Shamar, and not be like, no one's going to touch me. No one's going to bathe me. I think that Shamar is in the right direction of trying to help himself. Slowly but surely. This is what this is telling me. But I don't feel as though everybody is deserving to have this information on their platform, especially if you're going to sit up here and make a fool or ridicule of Shamar and the fact that Avery had to go over and bathe this man. I know that, Tommythegossip doesn't need no one to bathe him. I get it. And Kay doesn't need no one to bathe her. And none of these people that are in the circle that either were friends with Shamar or they're friends with him now, they might not need anyone to bathe them. But I just feel as though you were picked to do this interview of an update on something positive about Shamar trying to get himself right, whether he needs help or not. He took the help that was given to him. So that to me is him going in the right direction. And that's how I look at it. I don't care how anybody else looks at it. Other people might look at it like negative because, this audience can sometimes, the 1%ers can sometimes be very negative and they don't see the positive out of things. But I just feel like a blessing was put on Tommythegossip's channel, and I think that he could have went about talking about this situation better and not have made this into a joke and ridiculing Shamar. This was a time to be serious as adults. But hey, if you like it, I love it. Kind of pissed me off a little bit. That's why I spoke on it.
Well, hooks are really good though.
Oh boy.
Word on street, I heard you had the hook.
And they're talking about this man's hook, and these are the same people that think he is so gross and nasty. I don't get it, but they're talking about his privates though.
You want to see it could come in your DMs tonight, boo?
Hey, who hook?
I heard you had the hook, girl.
You want to see? Nah, I got the hook, babe.
No, I'm not talking about you, girl. I'm talking about Kay. I heard Kay got the hook.
Who's hook?
You know who hook, girl. Don't play crazy now. You know who hook, bitch.
Oh, you talking about Shamar? Word on the street is you used to always have the hook every night time. And you used to walk it like a dog every morning. Take it outside to piss and shit.
I never had that hook, bitch.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to get too crazy with it and stuff. So, like I said, because a lot of people are laughing now, crying later. I'm telling you, and some people, I'm not gonna get into it. But like I said, I cannot do this live and then get off this live and then have to be editing the whole live because it's nothing but cussing. I really believe that's why a lot of channel holders, including myself, there's lives that I have done, and I know I have no business putting that crap up, even with the queenopp content. And she's just cussing and carrying on the whole live. And I know it's just too much for me to edit, so I just put it in members only. So a lot of times when you see channel holders and they're putting videos in members only, that's because it can't be monetized. YouTube then got on them about it, and they're not editing it, and they don't want to also lose them watch hours, so they put it in members only. But I don't want to have to put my content all in members only. So, how do I screen record? You have to have a recording app that you would have to get off the App Store, Felicia, and then you'll be able to do it. Tommy needs to grow up, period. They all need to keep it in the house before coming on live without facts. Right. Why do y'all think Seven was paying Avery? Avery was there to help Shamar because of those social workers, folks coming to his house. Why do you think Avery cleaned Shamar's apartment? Y'all better think. Now, I'm glad that you're telling me this information. I wish that Avery, and it ain't no wishing if Avery came onto this platform, because if I reached out to Avery, which I'm not an interview channel, I'm a content creator, but I'm not an interviewer. However, I really think that if I was to, reach out to Avery, he would come onto the platform and I would be able to get a more, mature response from him. And I might reach out to him. I don't know. Because I really do want to hear this story. Because like I said, I don't care what nobody says. You guys might think I'm corny, which I don't care if you think that. I think this is a good story. A story of Shamar taking initiative, whether he has to do it or be forced into some type of adult living assistance thing, because that can happen. The courts can make you do it. It's called a sectioning. I can't think of the name of every state might have a different name for the sectioning. Section something something. But anyway, so he probably did it before and before they force him. Cause see, Atlanta, Georgia, them laws out there ain't no joke. Tommy wants Avery to talk bad about Shamar, but he wasn't. I think Avery catching on to Tommy and Kay. Yeah. And that's funny you say that, because see, even if 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗧 saved Avery through times that he needed something, you can. And I'm type person, like, I always feel like I owe a lot to people, like if like in the past, maybe years and years ago when I was younger, like them. If I had people in my life that helped me to the utmost, I always felt like I owed them. You know what I'm saying? Whether they were messed up, they had messed up ways or whatever, I just overlooked a lot of things. But at the same time, like you guys are saying up here, but Avery, he appreciates what was done for him, that Tommy did for him. But at the same time, you can also see major flaws or unnecessary flaws that people have within them that make them ugly people sometimes, especially when you're just being cruel just for no reason. I get this, that 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛's mad because of what Alvo did, took his man, this and that and other, but come on, like, haven't you done enough? And if you listen to even what Shamar tries to do, plots on doing up here on social media, even how he sounds, he doesn't even make any sense. So how much of a threat is Shamar? Even though, because I mean, there are times I've said, put a one in the chat if you heard me, I'll admit it, that I really want to come through, the phone or the screen and wring Shamar's neck. But I have to stop myself. Well, of course I can't get through the screen, right, to wring his neck. But sometimes I have to start my thought process on thinking that way, because I know Shamar, his thought process is not normal. What we think is normal is abnormal to Shamar. His thought process, he doesn't think like we do. And we have to give him and show him grace. But Shamar didn't shower when Avery was there. What are you trying to see happen by leaking someone's personal information? Nene Messy Doll needs to grow up as well. They all do. They all do. I praise and like, 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛, and like I make it clear why I like him. I like anyone that can make me laugh. I'm a goofy person. I love to laugh. And every time I go on to Tommythegossip's channel, he just be having me cracking up. But, do I see, things about Tommy that he could work on? Yeah, I'm quite sure he sees things about me that I can work on that he doesn't like, or things that I maybe talk about, in regards to Shamar that he doesn't agree with, and that's okay. We're adults. We can agree to disagree. But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. That's just the bottom line, right, Cutie Pie? I caught on to it yesterday as well. Messy Doll's older than both Tommy and Shamar. Yeah, I think he's 34, Messy Doll is. It's just crazy. Avery did not say one bad thing about Shamar on that live, and Kay was kind of quiet. Looks like Tommy may be getting set up. Well, Coco, you might be right, because at the end of the day, we all know that Kay and Tommy have a love-hate relationship. And even since they've been friends, and I've listened to them on live late nights, not recording too much of it, but I be tired. Sometimes I don't feel like even recording. But just listening to them, back friends, I don't know. I just get this vibe from Tommy that he definitely doesn't care too much. And this is just my opinion from what I observed. That's all. I'm not saying these are the facts. But I don't think that Tommy really cares too much for Kay. And I feel like if I see it and I'm not even Kay, then Kay sees it. And trust me, they've had some not so nice words about each other, and at that time, I really feel like they said it because that's what they felt at the time. That, and they both know that about each other. And, if you're holding on to petty grudges with what Shamar did, which should be something that ain't nothing, can you imagine them holding on to low-key stuff, with each other, Kay and Tommythegossip? So I don't know how long them being cool is gonna last before they start outing each other again. That they do good for maybe 2 months, 6 weeks, and then they're back acting up again. Says Miss Davis, bringing us good content on a daily basis. Can we all? Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button, because I can't even really see, because I got this live stream up, and like I said, I'm probably gonna reach out to Avery. I don't know. Do you have an email I'd like to send your messages that Tommythegossip supporter sent me all, because he to post my Cash App as a mod who has helped him out a lot. The threats and racism is hurt. You said, do I have an email? Yes, I can put it in there. Tommy really wanted Avery to talk about Shamar, but Avery wasn't feeling it. I saw that too. I'm glad that he didn't. I'm really glad. Kudos to Avery, and I really mean that. I agree, and keep asking about that back door. So it's crazy. I don't know. Let me get off of this. It's a shame, like I said, that I can't share it like I want to, but I can't. I cannot let Tommy rock me to sleep with the cussing. Because I don't even think that he's I don't even think he realizes he's rocking his own self to sleep with all that cussing he does on his channel. It's just too much. It's overkill. And I'm just not doing it on mine. So, like I said, I probably will edit and, put up tomorrow. Like I said, I don't be in a rush to put up this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I get it just like everybody else the same day it comes out. But if I'm done for the day, I go on about my life. It might seem like I'm on YouTube all day and I do nothing but put up content, but no, I'm doing things around my house. If you come to my house, you guys probably wouldn't even want to leave. I keep my house where you can eat off the kitchen or bathroom floor. My house smells good. It's clean, immaculate. I cook, I clean. I do things out the house. I'm very domestic. So I can't just sit, sit and just spend my whole entire day blowing the day away with just content. So I do have a life outside of here. But yeah, I gotta really protect my channel. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I gotta be careful what I put up here. Tiffany, thank you, Pebbles. Tiffany Pebbles, SL, keep up the great work. Thank you so much, man. It feels so good when I not the money, but when I hear people say that, because sometimes I feel like I'm failing you guys, because I can't like I said, I'm not a drama channel, and I'm never gonna be one. I'm not gonna be a channel where I'm gonna be cussing and carrying on either, just to appease the masses, because adults know what cuss words sound like. So, you can cuss on your own time. You don't have to do it at your place of business. SL, I think you should reach out to Avery. He didn't curse like they did. He knows how to communicate and be professional because of his job. Avery is a genuine young man. I am going to reach out to him, whether he, because like I said, I don't know who's in the bushes and what they could put in his head from this live stream right here to now. Because, like I said, I don't talk about other content creators in a bad light. And I always, even if I feel a certain way about a content creator, I only talk about the good, the good side of what I like about them. But I don't know how they perceive me or what they could be doing behind closed doors to me, backdooring me. So when I get off this live, I definitely am going to reach out. Now, whether he reciprocates and reaches back out to me is, on him. Avery says Shamar did not have body odor when he bathed him. Yeah, I heard that part. I just couldn't get to the whole video because it was just cussing from the beginning, from the gate. If somebody was talking bad about them, they would want to fight, right? Well, I mean, it's the same case with how 𝗪𝗛𝗧 came into the picture and started bad mouthing 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 and bringing up like a portion of a video, which made it appear like 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 robbed, Shamar and Kay robbed Shamar, and he had a hissy fit. You know what I'm saying? He had to make that right. He had to make what 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 was saying about his character. He had to set the record straight to the point where at this point you can't even say much about the situation, because Tommy made it so that, everybody's saying, oh, Tommy didn't take that money. Tommy didn't do this. Because, Tommy has a way of, when people come into the sector and they try to badmouth him, talk bad on his name, he's in the bushes like everybody else. He's going to jump up on here and he's going to get people on the right side again. So I agree with you, Jane. Toby, I agree. Avy's mouth isn't like Tommy's and Kay's mouth. And Kay, she's always talking about on her own platform, she doesn't like all the cussing because she lost one IG page because of all the cussing that she was allowing people to do when she used to have her little panels up on IG. But she's like a follower too. What about talking to set? I thought about that too. We're going to give me some suggestions, which I did think about that too. Marquita. Hey, wait a minute. That looks like my friend Ebony. Natanya. I'm sorry. How you doing, sweetie? Hit the like button. That's right. Hit the like button. He has a hook. But he's supposed to be so nasty, but they're talking about his privates. Wow. So listen, guys, I'm not going to stay on here too long. I'm just trying to, he be worried about Shamar when 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 is coming after him. Right. I'm back. Had to walk the cats. Hi, Ryan the heel. Yeah, so I'm going to get off for now. There will be a video going out at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. So make sure that you don't miss the 3 p.m. And I got one also set up for 5 p.m. So I'm just letting you guys know so you don't have to worry about waiting on notifications. So make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on, option all, and also share out these videos. Also leave a like on this video. I love y'all. Stay blessed, and I'm out. Bye for now. Mwah.